From State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports. And the Arizona Cardinals taking on Trey Lance and the San Francisco 49ers.
We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
And what's a quarterback's best friend?
Balance?
I think you're right. I agree with you. You know, a lot of guys would say great receiver, right? A terrific offensive line. But I agree with you, balance, because if you can run the ball effectively, that just opens things up for guys who want to throw it and gives you easier passing lanes and easier coverages to read.
And they said balance will be a focus in this one.
Yeah, they don't want it all just heaped on his shoulders, I don't believe. I think they want to make sure they take some of the pressure off.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Out, fumble near midfield, and the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they bring this one back. A scoop and score, a fumble recovery, touchdown for Arizona. Now, for the point after. Prater for the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Lance looking to throw it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Still 9 remaining on second down. taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. Took a shot. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Sermon now on 1st and 10. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 27, Lance. This one caught by Kittle. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. He's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. They're knocking on the door as they come to the line here on fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Cardinals now getting set to go offensively, and it'll be the dual-threat quarterback Kyler Murray leading the way. Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Murray. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. First carry for James Conner. And he'll be taken down. But not before he works it past the 50. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground. Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball? Absolutely. You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Here's Murray. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. The receiving numbers for Hopkins a week ago. 6 catches, 85 yards.
And they've gone to him early in this one. I sense a theme, one that I expect to continue throughout this contest.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. On the readout, Connor. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And that'll make the score 14-0. That drive goes 80 yards in 6 plays. And it was a touchdown run by James Conner that was the exclamation mark. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
If they're out there, we'll see if they can pick those things back up. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Now a give right side. Mitchell. And he gets it down to the 32.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
7 yards, the pickup there.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
On 2nd down, it's Mitchell. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. On 3rd down, Mitchell. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Gold with the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Now he's looking just to add to his totals. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
First down, Murray. Ertz has it left side. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Throwing on first down is Murray. This one caught by Isabella. And he's got this down to the 35.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
They'll run on first down. It's Mitchell. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lance. He'll buy some time right. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 70 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Play action. Now it's Lance. Steps away to his left. Toward the pylon. Caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Mitchell. And he goes backwards on this one. Losing yardage to the 7. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available. And they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And Gold is able to put it through, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now an option play on second down. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. And defensively going with a dime set. 6 DBs on 3rd and 4. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Samson Abukum. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. San Francisco set to go on offense once more. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. The Lance going to throw. His throw's going to be incomplete.
Whenever I see a drop like that, I have to kind of take a step back and check myself a little bit. So used to seeing those big guys make big-time spectacular plays that when they drop one, I have to remind myself, we ask a lot out of these guys. Block and catch the football, not easily done in today's NFL.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Lance again. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. There he goes left side. And they will score. It's a pick 6 for the Cardinals touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Prater for the extra point. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he is inching closer to that 100-yard mark.
And that's the goal. That's the benchmark that every runner in the NFL is trying to get to. And he's locked in on it pretty well right now. And I would suspect that his linemen are locked in pretty well, too. They know that if a guy gets over 100 yards, they've done a great job, too.
You think every starter sort of has the number 100 in his mind before a game?
I guarantee that they do. That's what they think about. That's what they dream about. That's what they visualize during practice all week. 100 yards. Because once you get there, it's almost like you hit that number, boom, you might even get to 2.
To throw again on second down, Lance. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. On play action, Lance out to his left. And able to haul it in is Kittle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Got a man, that's Ayuk. And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Wisnowski on to punt as he sends this one away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we reach halftime here in Glendale with the Cardinals on top. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We begin with a good one out in Southern California. Tampa Bay taking on the LA Rams. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. A touchdown run there for Leonard Fournette. From there, we'll head to Buffalo to check on what's happening with the Bills at Highmark Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. In that one, all even as they play the visiting Texans. In the game you're watching, it was the former #1 overall selection, Kyler Murray, who put on an absolute show. His guys have the lead as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. The Cards with the lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. So here are the Cardinals to take over. They've got the lead as they begin this drive 1st and 10, trying to forget about that loss last week to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Murray now to throw. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, it makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
An option handoff given to Connor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Murray. Able to find Isabella. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
2nd down and 8. To throw, it's Murray. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Javon Kinlaw breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Well, enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Now Murray. That ball complete to Isabella. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Hook up a 15 yards there, and that's going to make it 4th down. Prater's kick is good, and the lead grows to 14 at 24-10. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get involved in the end zone.
Throwing now is Lance. And that's dropped underneath to Mitchell. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the 2nd half.
And he'll take it out of midfield before going out of bounds.
But let's be honest about the whole thing. When you're looking for a reliable set of hands on 3rd down, the first thought is often not fullback. But that's who they turn to there, and he does a nice job of securing the football and picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Mitchell. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now a give right side. It's Mitchell. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. From the gun, it's Lance. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Cards are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Murray. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Looking to throw again on second down. Murray. Oh, what a move. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Murray giving to Connor on the draw. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian.
Oh, Connor loses it. And this is going to be 49er football. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that because now the nerves starting to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, road's closed.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Off of play action, here's Lance. Steps away. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here. Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Now Lance. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to draw that ball free. And it brings up fourth down. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as they'll go for it on fourth down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. They start the drive with Connor. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Now Murray off play action. Flushed out right. Able to push his way through. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Samson Abuka picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The Cardinals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Murray now. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll hit the deck, but he did not get there. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive. Complete over the middle and past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And his throw here's incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Lance looks to throw again. Open man is Juwan Jennings. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The Niners on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Shanahan doesn't care much for that last call, so out comes the red challenge flag. The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot. So the challenge does not sway the official's decision. The spot of the football going to remain. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Samson Abuka able to record his 5th sack of the season. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
From the gun on third down, Murray. He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. Murray now on first down. And bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. On play action, it's Murray. That'll be caught. It's Isabella. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And this is caught at the 8. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Murray again. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Here's Murray. Screen pass to Connor. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. From the gun, Murray. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Cardinals look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. On the move to his left. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Again, they'll throw it with Lance. Rolling to his right. It's caught. Mitchell. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And they'll go for it. Lance. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Lance looking to throw it, sliding out of the pocket. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Shotgun now for Lance. Over the middle, complete. It's Goodwin. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Again, it's Lance. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Trey Lance, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Now the 49ers electing to leave the offense out there and go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches. And the 2-point attempt is turned aside. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Cardinals have got it. So that should just about put an end to this one. Now Kyler Murray ready to get back under center. And after a rough start, as we take a peek at the numbers, he's going in the right direction now.
So often when you see a game start the way we saw this one start for him, you just wonder if he's got a chance to bring it back at all. And that's exactly what he's done. Love seeing that happen simply because you know a guy has struggled and now he's found a way to make things better. That's pretty good stuff right there.
And they take a knee. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee goes Murray, as that will just about wrap this thing up. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for the Cardinals, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll fall to 1-2. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.